We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item tonight. Oh, that's right. The first item tonight would be all of the consent items we have, and the first would be for the minutes for the financial reports. Do we have a motion for the approval of the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The next consent item for this evening would be for the claims.
I'll make a motion to accept the claims.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then moving on to the consent items would be for the payroll approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll.
I'll second
that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Then for personnel, moving on for certified, there are no certified items this evening, but we do have classified. The first would be for the approval of Greg Howard as the full-time in-house substitute for the remainder of the school year.
I'll make a motion to approve Greg Howard.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. The next would be for the approval of Brian Wadnick as a 5th and 6th grade girls basketball coach.
I'll make a motion to accept Ryan Wozniak as the 5th and 6th grade girls basketball coach.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain from voting on that line item. Motion approved. Then moving on to the next would be for the approval of Amy Wozniak as a 5th and 6th grade basketball assistant coach.
I'll make a motion to approve Amy Wozniak for the 5th and 6th girls basketball coach.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Again, I will abstain from voting on that. Motion approved. The next would be for the approval of Christian Porter as the 7th and 8th grade girls basketball coach.
I'll make a motion to approve Christian.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. Moving on for the approval of Allison Stills as the junior high boys volleyball assistant coach.
I make a motion to approve Allison Stills as the junior high boys volleyball coach, assistant coach, I'm sorry.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. And then for the approval of Allison Stills also the varsity boys volleyball coach.
I make a motion to approve Allison Stills as the varsity boys volleyball coach.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion so approved. Then we have one adjustment for approval for Tara Solar, who resigned from the LaPorte County Co-op as a para in the elementary SPED room, and her adjustment would be placed in her in the pre-K room as a para in the morning and first grade para in the afternoon.
I'll make a motion to approve Tara Solar.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And motion approved.
Okay, sorry, we can back up just a second. I had a couple students that showed up that was, they went with me to the State House, and so I know we had moved the meeting, so they were able to come, and I appreciate it. So I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your experience.
To who am I talking to?
All of us.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
I'm the only one with, she's a junior, she just came with me, but I'm James Miguel, senior. I went to the field trip. I don't know what I wanted to say about it. It was a really cool experience going down there. Got to meet a lot of important people.
What were your highlights?
The highlights? Meeting the governor was cool. I got to talk to him about some of the upcoming bills that are being passed. He told us about how he got in his position as governor, started businesses and stuff. was interesting.
You asked a lot of good questions. You want to tell them about some of the questions you were asking?
Oh, the phone bill.
Yeah.
I asked him about, how he thought we would, or his thoughts on doing with the
Cell
phone-
phones?
Cell phones in
School.
school. I don't know what he said, kind of reflected it.
He did. You didn't answer it at all.
That's a hot potato.
Yeah,
Although it passed.
yeah.
It made me happy to see that you guys got to do it as older,
Yeah.
you know, because my kids, that was their favorite field trip, but they went in 4th or 5th grade.
Oh, man.
So it was nice to see you kids be able to do it as young adults.
If the
No.
juniors would have been able to go, that would have been cool too.
Yeah.
But how many other schools was it that went there?
That day?
No, just in
In
general.
general, oh, I'm not sure about in general, but I know that we were only one of, I think, 3 that got to meet the governor and the attorney general and all the legislators that you did. So you guys definitely got the red carpet rolled out for you.
It was pretty cool.
It was
But
very
that's an awesome experience.
That's
I'm
awesome.
glad you guys got to do that.
Thank you for coming in to share with us.
Do you have aspirations to be a governor?
No.
I think they were tired. It was a lot of walking, wasn't it? A lot of walking. I tried to warn them ahead of time, but
Yep.
we were, our feet were sparking.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You got to press a lot of flesh, during the day, so they're communicating with different people. They're all over the place. Yeah, it's I'm sure it's a busy day, busy week for them.
Yeah, yeah. It was very interesting because, we talked to the senators and representatives a lot about the cell phone bill. And then we came back the next day and I went in to meet with the class to talk for a little bit. And one of the students said, I thought it was really interesting that they're talking about banning, they said cell phones are terrible in school and in the workplace, but we're sitting up in the balcony watching the legislative session and they're all on their cell phone. That's a really good point. So, good perspective, but anyway, so
Well, really,
thank you.
thank you for coming to
Yeah.
share with
Thank
us.
you both.
I'm glad you enjoyed your experience. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, we'll do it again next year, so.
Yeah.
You won't be here, but we'll do it again. Yeah.
We'll bring her.
Yeah, for sure, your turn. So, thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah, thank you.
Am I good to go?
You can go.
Yeah.
Or you can stay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
They represent themselves very well.
Yeah.
And they all had prepared questions that we had practiced and took turns asking questions, so I was very
That's
proud of
awesome.
them, yeah.
Well, we'll continue moving on to public comments on the agenda items only. And the first person that signed up this evening is Jim Shealy.
It wasn't, I didn't see it on the agenda, but I'm here about the community schoolhouse. That's okay. In April last year, the board announced that they're gonna transfer the deed of the old schoolhouse to the community schoolhouse nonprofit. And once they completed the athletic field and the building was released from the bond. So I think that's been completed. And because of that announcement, we started a letter to all the alumni requesting donations, and we got a lot of positive support and money coming in. I've only reached out to about half of it so far, and we've got several $1,000s already in the bank. And we feel very confident that this is very positive. And we've also started grant letter writing and asking from other private donations. So all our money has come so far is all from private donations. No taxpayers' money is involved. It's private donations, and we're able to do that. We feel like we have enough money to take care of the daily operating expenses of the building right now for the next 10 to 12 months, and with the money that we have in the bank already. And we've also contacted a organization for strategic planning to set goals for us that will also include the community in our plan, how we're going to repurpose the building. So just wanted you to know that. And then also too, this isn't our first go around with repurposing, just so you know, with older buildings. We've been into this business for like 10 years, my son and I. And we've done, especially him, he's been in a multi-million-dollar project in South Bend for rejuvenating downtown South Bend, and he was heavily involved in that. And of course, the one most visible for us is the restaurant downtown, and that's been received real well by the community, and I was very happy about that. But this bond hearing that's coming up has just got me concerned that in the paper, you mentioned demolition, right away, my ears picked up on that.
Yeah.
And, we're ready to move forward and have the deed transferred, and so we can actually solicit renters and help offset some of these daily costs through the rent, and also it help start benefiting the community. So we're ready to move forward on that, and we want to know if anything has changed, that we haven't done that, haven't completed that.
Well, Mr. Shea, I appreciate your commentary. I know that, I believe that's on the agenda for next meeting. I don't know if you recall the date of that.
March 30th.
Yeah, but we can take your commentary and back as a team and make sure we're prepared to answer that
Okay.
question. As we said here as a team.
Okay.
But appreciate your feedback for this, and we'll make sure we address those questions or concerns that you raised.
Yeah, and we're ready to set a date to sit down with you to discuss those details, because there'll be a lot of details that we have to address too, so. All right,
Understood.
well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Yep, thank you.
And then we also have Mr. Tim Stavos that also signed up for commentary.
Yes, and I have a bit of a script. Good evening, everyone. I am Timothy Stavos, 1501 Michigan Avenue, LaPorte. And why, you might wonder, is a LaPortean here to talk about La Crosse High School? As a former LaPorte city and county governmental official, and as the longest serving active member of a not-for-profit Preserve Historic LaPorte, I'm older than I look. I wanted to point out that awareness of the importance of LaPorte La Crosse High School extends well beyond the Tri-Township area. I have been directly engaged in taking ownership of and renovating, restoring at least 5 houses in LaPorte, and the historic church at 1008 Michigan Avenue in LaPorte, through Preserve Historic LaPorte, dedicating both time and treasure and making my community a better place. I'm here to report that I have made a $25,000 ironclad pledge with the possibility of more to Community Schoolhouse, which wants to preserve La Crosse High School as the asset it is to the community and repurpose it for the needs of the modern era. In my opinion, the La Crosse High School is the heart and soul of La Crosse, and you as a board have the power to facilitate that the memories and history of so many can be respected, cherished, and protected for generations to come. Mind you, this is not merely about memories or building hugging. The structure is important, to be sure, not just because it is a historically and architecturally significant. It is, and not just because it is one of the oldest remaining historic small-town high school buildings in the state of Indiana. Moreover, the structure was built by the highly esteemed Larson Danielson of LaPorte in its earliest days, along with high schools in Hannah, Rolling Prairie, and Union Mills. I don't believe the other 3 are left. So this is not just your history, it's our county's history, and the county cares. The building is fundamentally structurally sound. In fact, as many early Larson Danielson institutional buildings were, it is built like a tank and can very well last for centuries to come. I have come to know the Sheelys over the last number of years, and I'm convinced they and Community Schoolhouse have the ability, wherewithal, reputation, passion, and commitment to the community to see this through. And I wanted you to know that their influence extends well beyond La Crosse and Dewey Township in terms of people believing in them and willing to support this project. That is why I am here tonight. I would also point out that similar to me, the Sheelys know how to renovate old buildings and restore them as assets to the community. They have done this most notably with the hangar in La Crosse. Just wrapping up here, historic buildings such as La Crosse High School are ideal for what we in the preservation field call adaptive reuse. Repurposing old buildings to meet a current use is not only economically smart, it represents a green orientation, it conserves energy and assets, It keeps landfills from filling up, and it teaches our children the right lessons, I'm gonna get emotional, on both stewardship and continuity in a community. The building is in too good of a condition, it's too historically and architecturally significant, and will cost too much, upwards of $500,000 by some estimates, to tear down. It's too important to the memories and lives of so many. It's too important to the very identity of the town of La Crosse, as arguably the most significant historic structure in the town. With a myriad of possibilities for adaptive reuse, such that I appeal to you to move forward with Community Schoolhouse, to join hands with us, work with us, and give all of us the chance to move forward on this important moral, social, economic, and quality of life imperative for not just the people of La Crosse, but the whole of LaPorte County. Thank you for letting me go over 3 minutes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And again, the comments on that, we'll be prepared to answer questions next when we have our bond hearing for anything on this topic. I appreciate your commentary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the principal's report.
Hello. I'll start off by telling you about our busy February with some snow days in there, and we managed to make it through the month. I'm excited to tell you that we kicked off the food program, the weekend food program. We send backpacks home every weekend with food for our students. That's going over very well, and I spent the whole grant, $10,000. So I mapped it out so that we will have enough to send home every Friday till the end of the school year. So that was our goal, and it worked out perfectly, and thank you to Dr. McNulty for writing the grant for us. I think it's been very well received from the feedback I've gathered. I'd also like to celebrate our spelling bee winners. They were, Orion couldn't be here, she's our middle school winner, and then Aiden Vinciguera from 3rd grade is the elementary winner. He was gonna be able to come last week, but not this week because he has karate. But congratulations to Aiden and Orion, and they will go to PNW on March 19th for the regional competition. For our PLCs, our professional learning communities, we had a really good iReady training, and we had a special presentation about how to look at growth and stretch data. And it was a lot to learn and a lot to take in 45 minutes. And then we followed up the second week with, we met in our small groups of grade levels, and we really took a hard look at the data. We put them in different quadrants, and we're really looking to help move those kids, because our goal is iRead starts tomorrow, and then iLearn is in April. So we really looked at who's ready to go, who needs a little extra push, and who's on the bubble. And we're gonna push those kids and hopefully have some successful results. Our sports are underway. Middle school sports include the 5th and 6th grade girls basketball, middle school volleyball, and 7th and 8th grade basketball. And tournaments are coming up in the next 2 weeks, and that's all I have for the elementary report. And then Mr. McMahon couldn't be here, so I'm supposed to summarize his report. He's had a very productive month at Tri-Township Junior Senior High School with strong progress in academics, scheduling, and student achievements. They ended the January meeting with Ivy Tech's dual credit partnership team to review and expand our offerings. Currently, they offer 15 dual credits in English and chemistry, but next year we plan to add speech and exploring any additional dual credit and AP options for math and social studies. Our long-term goal is to move closer to the Indiana College Core by offering more in-house courses while still maintaining online options when needed. We are also launching an AP program and credentialing additional teachers to make this happen. And then the guidance counselor and Mr. McMahon have finalized the master schedule for next year, which is a huge feat. This structure allows flexibility to add programs as needed. And they have successfully transitioned all sophomores to the new diploma requirements, and juniors are moving that direction when it benefits them. We continue working through diploma pathways and work-based learning requirements. And he also met with the 220 Learning to discuss integrating simulated work-based learning opportunities, along with flexible options for personal finance, computer science, and college and career prep courses. And February was an excellent month for student success. Several students advanced to the state through the ISSMA. A group qualified for the personal finance state finals in Indianapolis. Brecken Ramirez won his region in the statewide NBA 2K esports tournament, and he'll compete at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on March 29th, so that's pretty exciting. The elementary middle school robotics teams had a strong showing at the Caston Buzzer Beater tournament this past weekend. And finally, our go-kart program continues to move forward. The first go-kart is up and running, and we began testing as we prepare for competition in 2 months. And overall, February reflected strong momentum in academics, programming, and student achievement.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mrs. Clemens.
All right.
Moving on to the last, we have an action item for the second reading. Oh, I'm sorry.
I wrote the whole thing. All right, good evening, everybody. As you've heard, we've had a great February here at Tri-Township. We had a great turnout to the homecoming dance. If you saw any of the pictures on our Facebook page, it was a wonderful time. I love chaperoning and seeing all the kids dressed up and having a good time. Great job to Ms. Damas and the student council for decorating and organizing the dance. I also had the opportunity to attend 2 superintendent forums in the last month to listen to state leaders about upcoming legislation. I know Ms. Mills and I are going to go the next month or so and continue to get updates. As you heard this evening, Senate Bill 78 did pass, and that will be in effect for next school year. That affects all schools districts. And the final version states that all students' personal devices, watches, Meta glasses, all of that have to be put away and turned off at the beginning of every school day, and then they can get them back at the end of the day. We're going to let them keep them in their locker because that allows for that, and see how that goes. We'll also be working on updating our policy and begin talking with students, parents, and staff about the implementation of this for the fall. The other bill I was closely following was the consolidation bill. And I personally met with several legislators and our superintendent lobbyists to make sure that we had a voice at the table on this issue. And as it stands right now, the bill reads that small corporations such as ours will be left alone as long as we are financially solvent, which we are, and as long as our academics are solid, which they are, and going to continue to be. We continue to show the state that we are working hard on sharing services with our neighboring school districts as much as possible. For example, I met with the Westville superintendent last week, and they're going to be sending about 15 students to us next year for several classes that they can't field instructors for, such as Spanish, music, etc. Let's see, we also have some students that are going to Zoom in for classes from other districts as we move forward too. I think those are great opportunities for us. We're busy preparing for next year already with kindergarten roundup and preschool signups happening next week, and we have big plans for both of those programs as we move forward next year, so announcements coming soon, stay tuned. As you know, we have our bond hearing coming up March 30th, and we had to push it back due to the weather. We plan on having that posted because we had to repost it because we have to do a 10-day hearing notice first. And in the next few weeks, we'll have our servers, cabling, and camera projects that will be beginning here at the community. And I want to thank the community for its continued support. We've had lots of volunteers, parental involvement, and support for our students and staff. And as we continue to work and grow together, so will our school.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to move on to the action items for the second reading and adoption of all Neola policies. Upon approval, the board provide a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the second reading.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion so approved. Are there any discussion items read by the board? We're good. Do I have a motion for adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for everyone's attendance. Our next meeting will be March 30th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.